Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Mario, back with another video, and in today's video, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. It's going to be following along with the base building basics. It's going to be another specific technique that I like to use a lot while I'm building bases, so then I can just have an edge over my opponent. And what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about dead zones. And what dead zones are is, if you see on the screen, I have some examples. These are things that are basically just comps with dead space in them, meaning you can't fit a building in these. Like, I can't fit an archer tower right here. I can't fit a cannon or anything. There's no building in here. In some examples, like these larger ones like this, you can fit, if this were like that, you'd be able to fit like a sweeper or a Tesla in there, but that wouldn't really make it a dead zone, so I don't recommend doing that very often. So these are like the main different types of dead zones that are commonly used. This one is for putting two key defenses together, which most of them are. For example, like that, or even like this. You can do it with like a scatter shot too. I'm just on my 12 right now, so we can get rid of this one real quick. And I'll go more in depth with comps that I like to use with them. And we're going to move this one out here because we're going to talk about this dead zone next. Oops. Okay, so this dead zone it's a very good dead zone in my opinion. It's one of the best because it's very hard to blizzard into, whereas the more the bigger ones like this one and this one and this one are a lot easier to blizzard into, and this one you can, but it's a lot more risky. So what this one is for is putting two key defenses like this, and this makes it unwalkable. And how you can check if it's unwalkable is you just remove these first, or like one thing of walls, and then you should be able to fit a building, and then you should be able to have a one tile gap between both. So for the one tile, it's 2 spaces away from the dead zone. For the 2 tile, it is 1 space away from the dead zone. So now that we talked about those, we can get rid of these. Oops. Okay. And then this dead zone is basically the same thing. It's just a 3 tile dead zone. And this one, because it's unwalkable, from like a queen standing like on this wall or standing right like here, she can't reach this inferno. She can't reach it if anywhere on this wall line right here. She cannot reach this inferno at all because of this 3 tile dead zone. Although this one is very easy to blizzard, or even get a queen into here, or some sort of troops using a jump spell, so I don't recommend using this dead zone. And then the final dead zone is this little 5x5 with 1 wall layer, or 1 wall piece in between, and you use it like this. And what this does is then basically you have a combo, or you can build off like that, and it acts as some dead space, so then your value spread still remains the same. Alright, now let's talk about some comps with dead zones and what kind of comps that I like to use. So first we're going to start off with the first dead zone that I showed, and I'm going to build it up real quick. Okay, this needs to be one more out, I think. Might be wrong, it's a little bit difficult to build these dead zones right away. Nope, I got it right, okay. And then, so I like doing an inferno usually on the more inner side of whatever comp I am using. So let's say I want an inferno comp right here, and then I like to do like an eagle or like a scatter shot on the outside. Although at 13, the inferno can be outside if you want it. If it's paired with a scatter shot, and then it usually should be single, or a single targeting inferno. And then something that I also like to do is just extending on one side like this, and then making a channel like this on the, so with the Inferno. So that's one way how you can expand off of the, or expand off with these with that dead zone. Now let's look at the one tile dead zone, which I like a lot. There's multiple uses for them. One common use right here is doing a core Inferno, like so. Alright, so this is 100% unwalkable, and this is also 100% unwalkable, so it's just less walls. As you can see, there's like the two, I don't know what to call it, but like it's right here-ish. It's like the two areas of where it shows like the building being placed, touch, and like the walls being placed. It's the little X kind of. Like if you were to form an X like here, that's unwalkable. Actually, that's more of a square, but on here it looks kind of like an X. I don't know. So here's one example of using that dead zone, and then it's really easy to build off too. So then you can just go like that, let's say, and then another way is going like this. And just expand using a key defense to expand off of with another key defense. And the same kind of goes with the 2-tile dead zones, except for at 14 you place builder huts in them if you want. If you're trying to avoid blizzard value, I still recommend going with something like this comp where it's 2 tiles away from your key defense is 2 tiles away from the wall, so the blizzard can't reach it. But instead of doing a 1 tile, you would just do a 2 tile like so. And then you can expand off of here. And you only need the, what is it called? The 2 tile on one of the key defenses. You don't need them on both. Just so then the blizzard can't get both of them. And then here's a town hall comp area. And then the final, I'm not going to explain the 3-tile dead zone because it's basically the same as the 2-tile and the 1-tile dead zones, and it's not that great in my opinion because it's really easy to like blizzard and everything. But the final one that I'm going to explain is this kind of dead zone. And this kind of dead zone is really nice because it's almost like the one where you just wiggle out some walls and then you adjust the buildings, obviously, or adjust the building placement, obviously. Serves the same purpose, except for this one, you just have to be careful of this wall being targeted by a wall breaker. It is kind of unlikely, but if you have 2 buildings that are touching these walls, it might go for there. So just be aware of that. So you might want to put either like a moat out here, if this is like your edge of the base, or like you do a 9x9 even, or you can just do like a 5x5. Or if you're looking for a really cheap wall way, if you're like almost out of walls, what you can do is you can just do like this, or you can do a 3x3, and that'll force a wall breaker to either target this wall or this wall. Alright, now that I've explained dead zones, let's try and use a couple so you guys kind of get the hang of how I use dead zones. So first of all, I'm going to just start with a town hall comp. Pretty simple, pretty normal. I'm gonna do something a little different. Okay, I want this like right here. There we go. So I'm gonna do a core Inferno. By the way, I'm not gonna be filling this base in because I don't want the video to be like a live build length. I just want to show you how I would build off of, or how I would use dead zones. So I'm gonna go like that real quick, and then I'm actually going to remove these walls, and I'm just going to do little indents like so. I might end up removing them later, I'm not too sure at the moment. But that's what I want for right now. So I still have this dead zone over here that I want to take advantage of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another Inferno over here. I'm also going to put a comp right here so the Inferno and Town Hall comp stay separated. I'm going to do another Inferno, just like so. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick moat right here, just to kind of protect this Inferno a bit. And then also it'll give me room for an air defense. This is also an extra tip. Air defenses like this are really nice now because of rocket balloons. A rocket balloon won't directly target the air defense because of this dead zone. So if you have defense here or defense here, the rocket balloon will go to that defense first, and then it will lose its haste ability, especially if you have it 2 tiles away from the air defense, and then you just put a wizard tower, or not a wizard tower, any sort of defense 1 tile next to it. It'll path there first, most likely. And then I'm going to do an expo comp over here because I feel like we need some depth. But I'm going to remove this and then just go like that. Alright, how many walls are we looking at? So we have about 80 walls left and still a couple more multis to place. Okay. Actually, I'm going to remove this and I'm going to do an eagle comp off of this Inferno. Actually, I don't think that'll work because I have the dead zone there. No, I don't think it will. Okay, that's unfortunate, but can still. Alright, I'm gonna put my eagle a little more inwards. I know I said I like it outwards for this kind of comp, but I'm gonna put it inwards anyway. Do I have space? I hope I have space. It's also looking pretty linear too, because I'm trying to use as many dead zones as possible. Just so you guys know, that's probably why it's going to be linear. I only recommend doing 1 to 2 in your bases, 2 being the max. 3 is way too many probably. Okay, I don't even have space for that, so we're not going to do that. Alright, let's figure out something else. Well, right now we have 3 key defenses all near the town hall, and I think that's going to be way too much value for a queen charge. So I'm going to swap town hall and eagle. This makes it so that now it's a lot less value for a queen charge, and a queen charge won't be like as aggressive towards the eagle, most likely, because I'll have CC away from it and everything. And then I'm gonna put town hall right here, along with a comp. Actually, wait, no, I'm gonna rotate this comp. I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a while. I'm gonna do an expo comp over here. There we go. And then, I can set a 10 by 10. Yeah, that'll work out. Okay, now I'm running pretty low on walls, but I only have 1 more Inferno to place. I'm gonna do a small dead zone right here. I'm gonna make this 10 by 10 a dead zone. This is a bit more risky. I have done it before, but it's a really fun idea. And I forgot to explain it in the while I was explaining the dead zones, but it's pretty much the same idea. And then, so I have this space right here that I don't really like, but I'm just gonna make it a channel because it'll make my life a bit easier. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do a dead zone right there. I'm gonna move this Inferno comp up. I think that'll just be better, having a little bit of exposed Inferno comp, and then that'll be okay right there. But I'll still keep this dead zone because I think it'll really mess with pathing. That's the main thing that dead zones are meant to do, by the way. I forgot to mention this, is they're supposed to mess with pathing a lot. So it's gonna be similar to another video that I'm explaining, which is very pathing heavy. The next concept I'll be explaining is very, very pathing heavy, and understanding pathing and knowing how troops are gonna path. But dead zones are pretty basic in that form of pathing. Is very good. Basic doesn't mean bad, it just means it's not as complex as some other concepts that I use while I'm building. But basically, I can have an expo right here, and the loons will be pathing, or like the hogs will be pathing through here. Actually, it could be a non-defense targeting troop too, and the attacker could want to get to this Inferno, but because of this dead zone, they won't be able to get to the Inferno. Well, they will, but they'll have to like path around like all this trash and whatnot. They won't go directly to the Inferno after clearing up this comp, because it's basically no comp at all. Another thing that's pretty common is people doing dead key defense cores like this, where it's just all what is it called? I don't know what it's called. Like all floaty walls. That's what I'm thinking of. All like floaty walls. So then everything paths around the core, and it's pretty aids for like things like dragons. But for Lalo, people just tend to zap it out or queen charge it. But if you're building versus drags, I would recommend doing that because that's pretty aids as well for that. And then I'm just gonna add these walls over here because we have no use for them otherwise. But yeah, I think that is the commentary. Let me know what you guys think of this, like more complex like concepts, rather than just explaining the very, very basics of like what each how to fill in a base, like trash of a base, things like that, skeletons. Let me know what you guys think of like this advanced commentary of like dead zones and other concepts that I use. And if you guys enjoyed them, I will definitely keep doing them. If not, I will probably not do them as often, but I still think they're very important to learn for things like being successful in your base building career. I think having a knowledge of all these like different concepts in your wheelhouse is very, very important, and one of the best things that makes me succeed as a builder, and I want to help you guys succeed as a builder. So let me know if you guys enjoy it, and yeah, see y'all later. Peace.